Welcome, dear listeners, to another unsettling episode of our scary stories. This is the space where the line between the real and the unreal blurs, where the echoes of the past dance with the whispers of the present. Tonight, we delve into a story that has cast a long, chilling shadow over the vibrant city of Portland. A story that reminds us that not all urban legends are confined to hushed whispers and campfire tales. Some, they walk among us, just as real as you and me. We invite you to journey with us into the heart of the Pearl District, down its cobblestone streets, and into a tale of loss, longing, and a love that transcends the mortal coil. Wrap yourself in a blanket, light a solitary candle, let its flickering shadow dance on your walls, and prepare yourself to meet Martha, a mother trapped in time, her spectral figure woven into the very fabric of Portland's lore. Our story of the night is titled Martha's Baby Boy. Deep within the verdant lands of the Pacific Northwest, nestled against the banks of the rolling Willamette River, lies Portland. This city is a melting pot of traditions and a hub of innovation, where history and modernity intertwine in an intricate dance. The streets are alive with the vibrant hues of sprawling murals, each telling a story, each a testament to the city's artistic spirit. The air is thick with the enticing aromas wafting from the bustling food trucks, an orchestra of scents that draw you in, the savory tang of barbecued meats, the spicy allure of ethnic delights, and the sweetness of fresh, local produce. As you wander through the city, the hum of indie music fills the air, a rhythmic heartbeat that pulsates through the veins of Portland. Folk tunes whisper from the corner cafes, rock anthems echo from the late-night bars, and the soft strains of a violin spill from the city park, each note weaving into the unique auditory tapestry of the city. Yet, beneath this vibrant surface, beneath the pulsating energy and the bustling life, exists a darker side. It slithers in the shadows, seeping through the cracks in the cobblestone streets, lurking behind the brightly lit windows. This is a chilling tale, an urban legend that has gnawed at the heart of the city, sparking whispers of dread and leaving a cold chill in its wake. It is a tale that has haunted the minds of Portland's residents for generations, a spectral figure that has become as much a part of the city as the iconic Steel Bridge or the towering Douglas firs. It is a story that casts a dark pall over the lively city, a haunting echo that transforms the vibrant murals into ghostly images, the food truck aromas into the scent of fear, and the indie music into a dirge. It is a tale that has forever tinged the essence of Portland, its chilling legacy an unforgettable part of the city's rich history and culture. This story, though, unfurls around a tightly knit group of friends, a diverse medley of daring teenagers who had spent their formative years in the steel-gray silhouette of Portland's iconic Steel Bridge. These were not ordinary adolescents, but explorers at heart, adventurers in spirit, each carrying a piece of the city in their soul. They were as varied as the city they called home. There was Sam, a fearless firecracker with a spark in his eyes that mirrored the vibrant city lights. Next was Emily, the thinker, her mind as winding and complex as the city's labyrinthine streets. Quiet Ethan, with his thoughtful gaze, resembled the tranquil Willamette River on a cool, foggy morning. Sarah, the dreamer, was as diverse and colorful as the city's sprawling murals, and Jake, the joker, whose laughter rang out as freely as the indie tunes that strummed the city's heartbeat. Growing up, they had delved into every crevice and corner of their beloved Portland. From the mist-kissed waterfront of the Willamette River, where they would watch the sun rise in a haze of pastel hues, to the pulsating streets of downtown, resonating with the symphony of life, they had traced their stories along the city's paths. Their laughter echoed in the parks, their secrets whispered to the ancient Douglas firs, their dreams reflected in the shimmering city lights. Yet, amidst all their adventures, there remained one uncharted territory, one tale that had been left untouched. It was a story that was whispered in hushed tones, a name that carried the chill of the night, a place that held an aura of forbidden mystery. This was an adventure that they had not yet dared to undertake, a journey into the heart of the city's darkest legend. But now the time had come. As the veil of another Halloween descended upon Portland, their curiosity, like a living entity, nudged them towards that one unexplored path, the chilling tale of the spectral figure who haunted their city. It was time to confront the legend. It was time for them to seek out Martha. Nestled within the bustling heart of Portland, the Pearl District is a testament to the city's rich past, a living tapestry woven with threads of history. The district, with its weathered brick buildings standing tall and proud, resonates with echoes of a bygone era. The structures, bathed in a patina of time, carry an ageless dignity, their old-world charm juxtaposed against the modern cityscape. The cobblestone streets, laid meticulously by hands long gone, meander through the district like ancient veins, pulsating with stories of the past. As twilight descends, the district dons an ethereal cloak. The brick buildings, under the soft glow of the moonlight, whisper tales of yesteryears. The cobblestone streets, bathed in the eerie pallor of the street lamps, hum with forgotten secrets. The very air seems to vibrate with the spectral echoes of a history that refuses to fade into oblivion. The local lore of the Pearl District is intertwined with the story of a heart-wrenching spirit, a spectral figure lost in the annals of time. She is known as Martha, a name that rings through the district with a mournful resonance. Martha was a mother from the era of the 1800s, a time when the district was just beginning to find its footing. Her life, like the city she inhabited, was etched with tragedy. The echoes of her sorrowful tale have seeped into the very bricks and cobblestones of the Pearl District, her spirit forever intertwined with the heart of the city. Martha's tale, a narrative of a mother's love and loss, is the lifeblood of the local urban legend, a chilling story that has been handed down from generation to generation. The tale is as old as the district itself, a sorrowful lullaby sung by the ghostly wind that sweeps through the deserted cobblestone streets. It's a story that chills the warmest heart, a legend that haunts the liveliest dreams. And it is this tale of Martha, this haunting slice of Portland's spectral folklore, that the adventurous teenagers dared to investigate. Martha had once been the epitome of joy, her life a vibrant canvas painted with strokes of happiness. She was a woman with a ready laugh that rivaled the bubbling cheer of Portland's rivers, and eyes that sparkled brighter than the city's star-studded night sky. Her world was a sanctuary of bliss, shared with her doting husband and their cherubic newborn son. Their days were filled with laughter, their nights with lullabies, and their home with an overflowing abundance of love. However, one tempestuous night, this idyllic world shattered into 1,000 fragments. The sky, like a foreboding omen, was cloaked in angry clouds, and the wind howled with a feral intensity. Amid this storm, an unthinkable horror unfolded. Her beloved baby, the apple of her eye, was snatched from his crib, taken away by an unseen menace under the cloak of the tumultuous night. Shattered and forlorn, Martha found herself plunged into a chasm of despair. Her heart, once brimming with joy, was now a well of boundless sorrow. Night after night, she roamed the cobblestone streets of the Pearl District, her cries of desperation echoing off the ancient bricks, seeping into the cracks of the city. My child, she would wail, her voice a haunting melody that rode on the chilling wind, a lullaby of loss and longing. Despite her relentless search, despite the countless nights spent wandering in hopeless pursuit, the cruel hand of fate remained unyielding. Martha's son was never found, swallowed by the maw of the unknown, leaving in his wake a mother broken by grief. In the end, Martha, once a beacon of life and joy, succumbed to the weight of her sorrow. Exhausted, heartbroken, she breathed her last breath on the very streets she had roamed in her desperate search. Yet her spirit refused to depart, her love for her lost child anchoring her to the realm of the living. She perished, but her spectral presence lingered, transforming from a cheerful woman into a tragic figure of Portland's urban legends. Yet it was whispered that Martha's spirit was trapped in a perpetual cycle of grief, unable to find solace in the ethereal realm. Her spectral form was said to tread the moon-bathed cobblestones of the Pearl District, her ephemeral figure often spotted in the silvery glow of the full moon. Her grief-stricken cries, a mournful symphony of a mother's despair, were known to echo through the cold, crisp air of the Portland night, a chilling lullaby that put the city to sleep. Martha was still searching, her spectral eyes brimming with a mother's yearning, her ghostly heart echoing with a mother's love. The loss of her child had turned her into a restless spirit, a phantom forever wandering in the realm of the living. As the years rolled by, ominous tales started to weave themselves into the fabric of Portland's lore. Stories emerged of children who dared to venture out into the night alone, their laughter silenced by the cold hand of the unknown. They were said to have been claimed by Martha, her spectral heart mistaking them for her lost child. The children disappeared, their absence leaving behind a void filled with the whispers of a haunting urban legend. With each passing year, the legend of Martha, the grieving specter of the Pearl District, grew stronger, more tangible. As the leaves turned orange and fell, as the wind carried the scent of pumpkins and autumnal decay, the tale of Martha's sorrowful quest seemed to resonate with a newfound intensity. Halloween, with its eerie allure, served to magnify the spectral presence of the grieving mother. The city, usually lively with the spirit of Halloween, felt a chilling pall descend upon it. The normally boisterous laughter was tinged with apprehension, the festive decorations casting long, monstrous shadows. A legend of Martha, once a tale told to scare mischievous children, had grown into an unsettling reality, wrapping the city of Portland in its spectral shroud. Fueled by a potent blend of skepticism and an insatiable thirst for adventure, the group of friends made a pact to unravel the mystery shrouding the legend of Martha. Their hearts beat with the pulsating rhythm of the daring and the unafraid, their minds alight with the tantalizing prospect of the unknown. They were the children of the digital age, armed with a formidable skepticism that questioned the old tales and an audacious courage that dared to tread where others feared to go. On the night of Halloween, when the veil between the living and the dead was said to be the thinnest, they were to step into the spectral heart of the Pearl District. The city, usually alive with the joyous sounds of the trick-or-treaters and costumed revelers, would bear silent witness to their audacious expedition. In their arsenal were the tools of their generation. The omnipresent cell phones with their glaring screens and high-resolution cameras, a few handheld cameras equipped with night vision, and a spirit of youthful bravado that felt invincible in the face of the unknown. They were not ghost hunters armed with complex paraphernalia, nor were they scholars armed with ancient texts. They were simply teenagers on the cusp of adulthood, armed with their skepticism, a thirst for adrenaline, and a friendship that felt invincible against the chilling tales of the spectral Martha. When Halloween finally cloaked the city in its spectral shroud, the group of friends embarked on their daring adventure. Their initial steps were light, hearts buoyant with the exhilaration that only the thrill of the unknown could bring. Their laughter, a lively symphony of youthful exuberance, reverberated through the narrow alleyways, bouncing off the brick facades of the historic buildings that lined the Pearl District. They jested and bantered, each attempting to unnerve the others with embellished tales of Martha. Her sorrow turned into macabre bedtime stories. But as the clock hands swept past midnight, their youthful enthusiasm began to wane. The laughter that once rang through the night was now swallowed by an encroaching silence. The city seemed to hold its breath, the normally vibrant Pearl District becoming a ghost town, its silence punctuated only by the occasional gust of wind that seemed to carry Martha's name on its chilly breath. The moon, hanging high in the sky like a watchful eye, bathed the district in an eerie silver light. The cobblestones underfoot, usually benign in their antiquity, now gleamed ominously, the moonlight casting monstrous shadows that seemed to writhe and twist, as if they were alive. The buildings that had echoed with their laughter now loomed over them like silent sentinels, their windows reflecting the spectral glow of the moon, turning into unblinking eyes in the darkness. A sense of dread began to creep into their hearts, a chilling recognition of the audacious game they were playing with forces beyond their understanding. The wind, once a playful accomplice in their adventure, now seemed to whisper warnings, carrying the spectral wails of Martha through the silent streets. The eerie silence, the dancing shadows, and the chilling whispers of the wind served as a grim reminder of their trespass into the realm of the spectral mother named Martha. The group's uneasy camaraderie shattered abruptly as they noticed Jake, the youngest and most ebullient of their ranks, was nowhere to be seen. His absence hung in the air like a tangible specter, chilling their hearts with a sudden, dread-filled realization. Panic, swift and piercing, seized their collective hearts, each beat sounding like a frantic drummer pounding a warning. In a chorus of rising fear, they began calling out for Jake, their voices bouncing off the brick walls of the narrow alley, returning to them empty and unanswered. As their calls dissipated into the silence of the night, an icy gust of wind, as if summoned by their mounting fear, swept through the alley. The cold breath of the wind snuffed out the meager light from their flashlights, plunging them into a darkness that seemed to swallow their courage. In the cold, dark void, a sound arose, eerie and mournful, a wail that seemed to seep from the very stones of the alley. It echoed around them, a spectral lament that sent a cascade of goosebumps down their spines, the chilling cry of a mother lost in her grief. Then, from the depths of the darkness, a figure began to take shape. At first, it was nothing more than a vague silhouette, a darker patch against the darkness. But gradually, as their eyes adjusted, they could make out the figure of a woman. Her face was as pale as the moonlight that failed to penetrate the alley, etched with an enduring sorrow that time had failed to erase. Her eyes, hollow with a desperation that resonated with the mournful wail, searched the darkness, a silent plea in a world that had forgotten her. It was Martha, The apparition before them was a nightmarish vision far beyond any of their darkest imaginings. There she stood, a specter of a bygone era, shrouded in the tangible weight of her tragedy. Her presence, somber and poignant, sent a chill of pure terror through their veins, colder than the biting Oregon wind. In the chilling gloom, her spectral arms cradled a figure, Jake. His face, usually alight with youthful vigor, was now a mask of pure terror. His wide eyes, filled with a primal fear that mirrored their own, met theirs in a silent plea. The sight of their friend, so helpless and terrified, was a gut-wrenching blow that paralyzed them with dread. Before they could move, before they could even think to call out, Martha began to turn away from them. Her spectral figure, illuminated by the ghostly moonlight, blurred and wavered, merging with the swirling fog that had begun to blanket the alleyway. In the blink of an eye, she disappeared into the spectral mist, the echoes of her mournful wail lingering in the cold night air. And with her, she took Jake, his terrified eyes forever etched into their memories, a chilling reminder of the horrifying reality of their Halloween night venture. Rooted to the spot, they were left in a shocked stupor, their minds struggling to reconcile the terrifying reality with the urban legend they had once dismissed as mere folklore. The spectral image of Martha cradling Jake in her arms was seared into their minds, a haunting tableau that brought the chilling legend to life. As the lingering echoes of Martha's mournful wail faded into the night, the silence seemed to close in around them, amplifying the haunting emptiness left in Jake's wake. Time seemed to stretch, each second a heavy weight that bore down on their youthful spirits. Then, as if a dam had burst, their silence shattered into a chorus of horrified screams. Their voices, raw with fear and disbelief, reverberated through the cobblestone streets, bouncing off the brick buildings and piercing the quietude of the night. The deserted streets swallowed their screams, returning only a haunting echo that served as a grim reminder of their loss. But Jake was gone. The night, with its cloak of swirling fog and the haunting legend of Martha, had claimed him. The horrifying reality of their Halloween adventure had been far more terrifying than they could ever have imagined, and it had exacted a terrifying price. Their friend, their companion, had been swallowed by the night, lost to the spectral embrace of the grieving spirit that was Martha. With the chill of the night still clinging to their bodies, the shaken teenagers sought out the authorities, their faces ghostly pale under the harsh fluorescent lights of the police station. Their eyes, wide and glassy, held a haunted look that was chilling to behold, a stark testament to the terror they had experienced. As they relayed their encounter, their voices trembled, the words stumbling over each other in a rush to paint the horrifying tableau of the night's events. The echoes of their screams still seemed to hang in the air, a chilling reminder of the fear that still clung to them. However, the police were skeptical of their claims, their brows furrowing in disbelief as the wild tale unfolded. The narrative was chalked up to the overactive imaginations of frightened teenagers, perhaps fueled by the eerie atmosphere of Halloween and the influence of local folklore. The story of Martha, the grieving ghost, was a tale they'd heard many times, always dismissed as urban legend, a chilling bedtime story to keep the young ones in check. But amidst the skepticism, there was an undeniable fact. Jake was indeed missing. His sudden disappearance left a chilling void that could not be explained away. The authorities had no answers, no leads, no plausible explanations. The vibrant, fun-loving teenager had vanished into the night, leaving behind a group of traumatized friends and a city shrouded in the chilling grip of a resurfaced urban legend. The chilling account of the Halloween night encounter tore through the city of Portland with the ferocity of a raging forest fire. It consumed every conversation, infiltrated every hushed whisper, and embedded itself in the collective psyche of the city. The urban legend of Martha, once a tale spun by the fireside to send shivers down the spine, had now mutated into a terrifying reality, its cold fingers entwined with the real-life tragedy of a local boy's disappearance. The transformation of the legend was as swift as it was haunting. Martha, the grieving spirit, was no longer just a spectral figment of folklore. She was now a tangible terror, her mournful cries echoing in the minds of the city's residents. The tale had taken on a sinister life of its own, the lines between myth and reality blurred in the most horrifying way. A sense of dread settled over Portland, heavy and stifling, like a thick fog rolling in from the Columbia River. The joyous laughter and playful screams that usually filled the air during the Halloween season were conspicuously absent, replaced by a deafening silence that echoed the city's fear. Even the bravest souls, those who thrived on daring and adventure, could not shrug off the shroud of unease that had cloaked the city. The vibrant energy of Portland was muted, its lively spirit dampened. The Halloween festivities, usually a cacophony of color and noise, were subdued, the city's inhabitants too haunted by the eerie tale and the stark reality of Jake's disappearance to truly celebrate. The streets lay in an almost hallowed silence, a chilling testament to the terrifying power of the legend that had now become a dreadful reality. Time trudged on, leaving a trail of agonizingly slow days that stretched into seemingly unending weeks, and then months. Yet there was no sign of Jake. His conspicuous absence left a void that couldn't be filled, a lingering reminder of the horrifying encounter that had marked their lives indelibly. His friends, once carefree teenagers brimming with youthful enthusiasm, were now deeply scarred by the chilling experience. Their innocence, a casualty of that fateful Halloween night, was as lost as Martha's child, claimed by the cold hands of a spectral tragedy. They had ventured into the night, seeking a thrill, a momentary escape from the mundane, only to collide head-on with a chilling reality that would forever cast a shadow over their existence. The aftermath of that night was a haunting tableau that would remain etched in their minds, a chilling specter that would revisit them in their dreams, in the cold shiver that ran down their spines on a lonely night, in every rustle of the wind that sounded eerily like Martha's mournful wail. They had looked into the abyss of the unknown, and it had not only looked back, it had dragged them into its cold, cruel depths. Thank you, dear listeners, for braving the chilling streets of Portland with us tonight, for feeling the sorrow of a mother's unending search and the terror of a tale that turned all too real for a group of unsuspecting teenagers. Remember, as the veil between our world and the spectral realm thins, respect the stories that linger in the shadows, the tales etched into the history of our cities. For, as we learned tonight, some legends are as real as the cold, creeping fear that pricks at your skin in the face of the unknown. We hope you'll join us next time as we delve into another tale that will make your heart pound and your skin crawl. Until then, keep the lights on, stay safe, and remember, the world is full of scary stories waiting to be told. This is our Scary Stories, signing off for tonight.